Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we are going to visit the Sulani family in one of my custom neighborhoods so that I can show off some mods that I really highly recommend playing with. They're just super handy, so let's get right into it. The first thing I would like to show you is the Sim Blender. The Sim Blender, I think, is one of the most well-known mods that there is in the Sims 2 community. It's super handy. It comes in the form of a plant that you already find in the game as well, and it has loads of options. So under miscellaneous, you can change the object model, you can reset temperature. Aging is very handy. You can age your Sims to different age groups. Also, if there is a baby on the lot, then you'll get the option to age the baby up. So how I find this is very helpful is sometimes when your Sims go to help the baby age up, they just end up holding the baby endlessly or putting the baby down on the ground and do nothing with the baby. It's almost like it's a bit stuck. So when that happens, you can just go to your Sim Blender, choose aging, age baby, the name will be there up, and they immediately do it. So that's really handy. And then there's appearance. You can change their clothing, give them a makeover. I mean, you could do that at a mirror too, so fine. Aspiration, you can max all, you can change someone's aspiration, you can randomize it, you can max just a certain one, or you can even max all residents. Then family-wise, you can make downtownies and townies like that, or you could remove family ties, set it as someone's sibling. You know, there's a lot of different options. Usually you would need to go to SimPE for this, but here you can actually do it in-game. And then you can change people's motives. Pregnancy, you can, this is kind of a handy one. It tells you, she is pregnant currently, by the way, but it can tell you how long the person's been pregnant, the amount of babies expected, all of that information you can find there. And you also have different options with the pregnancy. I find sometimes before I had mods, pregnancy related mods, I would have a problem where the pregnancy is stuck. It doesn't happen often, but I've had that before. And here you can actually do something to help with that. It just kind of resets it, or you can accelerate it if for storytelling you want the baby to be there faster. There's just a variety of things you can do. So that is very handy. Relationships, you can actually change relationship status if you just want to, for storytelling purposes, have someone be angry, or let's say you want to work with an engaged couple, but you don't want to go through all the trouble of actually playing it out. You just need them for a story or something. You could use this to set it up. You can change the long-term relationship, the short-term relationship. It's extremely handy. Skills, you can randomize a person's skills. So if you're just starting out and you want to create a Sim that's already settled and look like they've already lived a while, you could randomize some skills, or you could just be adding some manually. You could change certain things here about a person, like their interests, their zodiac sign, badges, hobbies. And you could also do gender preference like that. And yeah, it's you don't even have to be selecting the right Sim. You could just do it with anyone. Here with the ones, you can create extra slots, like I've done here. You could also add extra locks for your ones. I do that often if I have a good bunch of ones that I want to keep all of them for storytelling. You could also re-roll the person's lifetime one. So yeah, the sim blender is just really a great mod. The teleport function, you can, by saying enable summon menu, and going back there, you could actually summon anyone from the neighborhood. So let's say there's a family member living elsewhere and you just want to summon them over, so that you could change something in the relationship. You don't want to phone them because it's 2 in the morning or something like that. Then you could easily do this by just clicking there, and here you go. Here's the other sim. So really handy, and they're right there for whatever you want to change. Okay, if you're done with them, you can safely just say clear off. You can choose the specific person or all non-residents, and they will just be gone. So just be careful if you do this. If another sim is interacting with the sim, I would suggest making sure the person who's just standing there is the safest thing. You could unlock career rewards this way. You can change your career. Very handy. And here you can change someone's first name. You can copy first and last name. So that's an easy way to change names so that you don't have to go into SimPE. And then you can randomize someone's personality. So very handy mod that I highly recommend. All right, next one that I would like to show you is this little vase over here. So this specific vase is what you set the day with. So you can change it to Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday. Now, Thursday is not here because it is Thursday, but sometimes there will be one or so day that's not available from here. And the easiest way to change that is just, for instance, if I have it as Thursday 2 in the morning, I could go and just change the time to, for instance, Friday, and then the other day should be available, for me to choose from. So there's always a little workaround. So this is also very handy if you're playing rotationally and you're starting off and you realize that your sims are not on the same day. Maybe a house has been lived in before and you stop there on a Thursday and all your other sims are on Monday. Someone new moves in. Then you can just change it to Monday manually so that all your sims have the same time. So yeah, that's just a handy little hacked object. And the next one to show you is some wardrobe season and weather controller. It's also a little vase. You can use them and then sell them again. It will have no effect, to the changes you made. That will stay in place. So for instance, here, you could create weather. You can reset it. You can have snow, hail, rain, turn weather off, and you can change your season length, which is also handy. And then season itself, it just goes season 1, season 2, 3, and 4. So for instance, we are already on season 2 now, but if I wanted to change it to winter, I would just select season 3. Yeah, handy also for storytelling if you feel it needs to be Christmas now and you don't want to wait all the way till the end of summer or autumn, then you can just change it like that. So very handy little mod. Right, the next one to show you is the Sim Logical Table and Counter Controller. So this just helps you in your kitchen, for instance. If let's say you have a specific table that you want to set as they're only using it a certain time, then you can disable morning eating, afternoon eating, whichever you want, and your sims will only use it at the designated times. You can do the same with counters. You can also disable surface use, then they will never use that specific counter. So yeah, just very handy. All right. And here I have another little vase. So this is the bat box. It's known as the lot debugger. You can get it in more than one form. I prefer the vase just because I can keep it in my Sim's house. It doesn't look strange. The bat box is really a black box. You know, that's kind of a bit big. So I just prefer this object. Now this is very handy, especially if you are living in an apartment with your Sims. Oftentimes the other neighbors in the apartment will get stuck, or that you've moved them out and they keep on showing up on the lot as if they live there. It's really a big pain. They can even multiply and be more of the same Sim. That's actually happened to me. So it's really great when you can fix that. Now there's lots of different options, but I'll show you that one first. So here where it says fix, if you go to bad apartment residencies, when you're living on a specific apartment lot and this is happening, then it removes tokens that's showing that a Sim lives in the apartment, and they will not show up there as a resident anymore. So that's a big plus from this mod. Here where it says re-randomize Sim generator, it's like you're rolling the pacifier in CAS and create a Sim. It's very handy if you do not have fixes for firstborn syndrome with a baby. It can be like the kids in the same household are kind of like almost copies of each other, personality wise, even looks wise. That sometimes happens, and if you don't have fixes for that installed, then when your Sim is giving birth, you can just click on this and they will, you know, it's kind of like you're re-rolling the pacifier, so you will get different babies, not just the same copy paste all the time. Regenerate portraiture helps if you don't like the picture that your Sim has over here. My one slots unlocks if something's wrong with that. Flashing blue, that sometimes happens. Tans and burns, this one we've covered. Stupid expressions. So sometimes your Sim's face gets stuck in a strange expression, and there's different things you can try. You can send them to the mirror and try and have them change their appearance to fix it, or you can reset them. But this is really easy to just click on here, so I've never had a problem, you know, afterwards. If I click on here once, then they're fine, they're fixed. Once you can change their lifetime 1 satisfaction, you can re-roll lifetime 1, cycle lifetime 1, just re-roll the regular ones. So some of the things that this mod can do, the Sim Blender can do too, but I find there's some things that, you know, this mod is really handy for. Okay, then you can change, like if you're playing with occults and stuff, this is handy as well. Force errors on in-world, on off-world, on all. Just turn off testing cheats before you do this, otherwise you will be sitting clicking through literally thousands of error messages, because it will reset everything and it will force error on literally every single object, every single Sim. So you don't want that to happen. So if you have your testing cheats off, then it's okay, because then you don't need to do that. Info, this is handy. So here you can access some information of your Sim. I most often use one through hobby. For instance, her hobby is tinkering, but I can also change it over here if I don't like the fact that it's tinkering. And then over here, there's also some more information or things that you can do, you know, milestones basically that you can add. Motive report, so it will just tell you, for instance, what the person's motives is. I'm gonna just see it like that. There's just a lot you can check. The other thing you can check that's it's handy for is the favorite food. Now it has the two different podiums, but for instance here you see nectarine tartiette, I don't even know how to say this, is hers. And here you can clear it if you want to choose something else. So yeah, just very, very handy. And then collections, if she has any collections. Attractances, you can change here if you want. So that's handy. Then memories, you can clear gossip. Sometimes your Sims have something boring that they're talking about all the time whenever they're gossiping. You want to just have something new for them to talk about, then you can clear it. You can clear all or from dead if they're talking about dead Sims all the time, or from me. So that's nice. Clear trash is handy. It just kind of cleans up anything that's perhaps some loose gossip that's floating around in the neighborhood. And you could reset or nuke that as well. Weather, you can give more snow or less. Change the temperature. You can also send her to a community lot. So yeah, very, very handy little object. I use it often. Also, I should show you this. Upgrading your Sim. If, for instance, you did not send them to university, you made them an adult straight away, you can actually give them a degree if you wanted to. And yeah, it would immediately change their want slots to be in line with a Sim that attended university, and they would have the 2 locks, and over here it would show that they've attended university. So yeah, that's very nice. In line with that, you also can download a fake college diploma. Let me just see, I think it's under this. Yeah, here it is. A counterfeit college diploma by Christian Love. So you just hang it on the wall, and then, you know, if you've created kind of the illusion that your Sim did study something, then they have that there. Okay, so that's very handy. I'm only going to highlight a few today. I can show you more at another stage. And then this is the visitor controller. This is specifically handy for community lots, but you can use it anywhere. If you could change the model over here. If you don't want any NPCs, for instance, to be able to visit a specific lot, then you could say who you ban over here. These would be dogs, cats, skunks, whatever you don't want to show up. A specific Sim type can be banned. A specific characteristic can be banned. A certain age. For instance, let's say you're making a lot where only teens hang out. You don't want any adults or children showing up, then you would just ban those age groups. And aspiration. If you're creating a library and you don't want any romance Sims to show up, then that could be something you ban. What major they've studied. You could ban a specific career. You could force everyone to wear formal when they attend a specific event at a specific lot. And then also you can decide which hobbies you allow. So for instance, let's say you've created a library and you want only Sims with film and literature hobby to show up, then you could ban all the others. Or you've created a science center, then you could ban all the others and only allow people with the science hobby to show up. So another handy little mod. Okay. So this is visual teleporter. It looks very similar to that little hacked object. So here you just teleport whatever sim you want to bring, and you can also remove them. It does the same as the sim blender, so I don't use it that often, but just if you don't want to place the sim blender on a lot, then this is a teleporter. Okay, so for this one, we're going to use hubby over here. Let's let him come over here so we can quickly show you. Oh no, she's giving birth. No! No, the timing. Okay. Sorry, you're going to witness a birth. That wasn't my intent. What are we calling the baby? Oh, and now you're seeing another mod in action. No, we don't want quads. Oh dear. By the way, here you're seeing the baby in baby clothes. This is a very handy mod too. I'm not showcasing that today, but I do recommend it. Okay, so I can't remember. Okay, let's. Hopefully she had a job. I don't know if she did. All right, it's a little girl. Okay, we're gonna call her Mary. All right, there's Mary. Okay. Sorry, guys. That was not my intention at all. I did not really realize she was going to give birth now. Okay, there. We'll keep her busy with little Mary. Okay. No, don't see the baby right now. Just come here, please. Okay. So for this mod, this is a very handy box that adds body hair as an overlay. So let's just, you can't usually do this. This is a mod as well, but I'm not going to really discuss that one today. Let's just put him in his swimsuit. Okay, so that we can see properly. So what you do is with your male sims, you just say, well, you can remove body hair if they had, but add body hair, and then there's different options. So set 1, it will kind of give the illusion that your game is freezing just slightly, but don't worry, it's not crashing or anything. It just takes a moment. Okay, so don't get alarmed. It takes quite a bit of time, but then there we go. So this is set 1. You can see it has leg hair, arm hair, hairy chest. Okay. Now let's say we're doing a set 2. So here you see it's different. He's got a little bit on his back. He doesn't have as much here on the top. No, don't do that. Set 3. Okay. So there's not such a big difference. Some of the hair are a bit coarser, some are less coarse. Don't do that. Listen to me. I'm going to turn off your autonomy. Set 4A. So here, for instance, this line is more prominent now. He can have like a little bit more on the legs, for instance. So it's very slight differences. It's not massive, but to be honest, I prefer set 1 usually. And you can remove, I think now I've added everything. So, for instance, if you remove one of the sets, stop it. You see, if you add like the whole combination together, then it's a lot. He becomes extremely hairy then. So if I just wanted set 1, which is the one I prefer, to be honest with you guys, then I just do it like this. Just adds a little bit of extra realism, you know. Okay, so that's that mod. And all right. So the next one is the car spawning hydrant. There is an invisible recolor for this. Let's say I'm going to just place it. Okay, let's turn on our cheats so that I can kind of put it on the sidewalk. We're going to just place it here. Okay, temporarily. Okay, now you will see from time to time a car will drive by. No, don't go look at it. Just lounge for a little bit. So it doesn't happen often. You can even please ignore the fact that I don't have the road overlays in. Okay, you're going to continue to do this until I send you to do stuff. So. Of course, now that I want to show it, it won't work. It won't do anything. From time to time, a car will just spawn and drive by. It just makes your neighborhood feel a little bit more alive. So, handy little mod. I'll leave it there and I'll just point it out when a car drives by. All right. The next one I want to show you is the job stopinator. So let's say he is a private eye, and for my storytelling, I don't want him to become anything higher than a private eye. Then I would put this inside of his inventory, and he will never get a promotion because I want him to be a private eye, so he will just stay on that level. Let's say at some point I decide, okay, now he can have a promotion, then I just remove it again, sell it, and he will get promotions again. So very, very good if you have a specific story in mind, a specific career in mind for your Sims. Then on equal footing is this one, the job outfit stopinator. So if I have a specific outfit I want my Sim to be wearing to work, and I place this inside of their inventory, they will never change into their regular work outfit that comes with the game. They will always just wear the one that I set for them as their casual wear. Okay? Handy. If I remove it again, it will go back to normal. So that's nice. This one, talk or think about. So this is great for storytelling. I can just place this in their home, and if they are talking to each other, I can tell them what to talk about. So for instance, if I choose romance, go steady, then the speech bubbles that appear above their heads will be linked to whatever I chose. Anything here. And that way, if you are creating a story and you want to take screenshots or a video and have a specific speech bubble above someone's head, then you can actually set it up like this. So very nice, very handy for storytelling purposes. I just want to cover very specific ones today. The height cheater. There's different variations of this mod. The one that I'm using is this one that it comes as a little bonsai tree. And I can randomize the entire neighborhood. I can refresh it. I can just refresh the specific sim, randomize the family, randomize everyone that doesn't have a height, randomize only me, or get my height will show what the sim's height is. His height is 100, the shortest, 0 is the shortest, 200 is the tallest. Or I can actually set his height. So if I set his height, I will get this little pop-up that tells you it has to be between 0 and 200. 0 is as short as possible. 100 is default. 200 is as tall as possible. So now I'm going to set it. I'm going to decide that he should be, let's make it something notable. 121. Okay. Now, just go here so we can actually see you. Okay, so you're seeing his height as it is now. I'm going to refresh him, and that will basically just make him adopt this new height that I've said. Here he is. Okay, he's in his normal clothes now. You might not notice this very much. I'm going to just let her go here because she is the average height. So you're going to see the difference now between the two of them if he stands next to her. Okay, so he is now slightly higher than she is. It's not a crazy amount, but it's just enough to... no, people. Yeah, just put the baby down, okay? The only thing where this has got a bit of an influence, let's let him give her a romantic kiss. No, you're not doing that now. Okay. So now the height is kind of obvious, okay? Now he's probably going to kiss her on the eye instead of her mouth. So that's just something to keep in mind. However, if you, take your screenshot from the right angle, it won't make a difference. For instance, here they have different heights, but if I just take the screenshot like this, it will still look as if he's giving her a kiss on the right height. It's okay. So it's not a problem, that's but here you can see it makes a difference. But it does add some nice variety to your neighborhood if you have some tall sims, some shorter sims. I do like the fact that you can do that. Okay. From a different section, in the decorative section, we have this painting. So this is called Last Name Copier by Christian Love. All right, it's kind of tough to find this if you don't Google the exact name, okay, of this mod, then it will send you to all sorts of other things. But I will leave all links in the description. So this is Brass Solani, but let's say I wanted to edit his first name. Then I would choose enter first name. If I want to change his last name, enter last name. I could change both at the same time. I could copy the first to the last, copy last to first, swap the first and last. Lots of options. The easiest thing for me is just to enter the last name, enter the first name if I ever want to change it. This is handy if, let's say, you had the female propose marriage and you wanted to keep the male last name, and now it changed around and they have the female last name now. Then, or vice versa, then you could use this just to fix that. Okay? Or they had a baby, they were not married, the baby had the mom's last name, and now they've gotten married and you want to change it to the dad's last name, then you could change it here. So I think you can only change it from when it's a toddler, not when the baby is a baby. But okay, I mean, that's not, the baby stage isn't that long. So very handy, very nice. You don't have to go into some PE in order to change their names. So that's nice. And then I will show you the sim manipulator. So this looks like one of those little statues that you use when you're painting. Okay. And this is also a very, very handy mod. You can, some of the attributes of this is the same as SimBlender or the Bat Box, but some of them are different. So motives, again, you can change. And then buy mode, you can add certain electronics. I mean, you can add any of the electronics to your sim. You can use it to go buy clothes. If you just want to change an outfit without having to spend money or send your sim somewhere, let's say for storytelling you need them to be wearing something specific, then this is very handy. You can add a wishing well, a genie lamp, just loads of other things, vacation maps, very handy. Change clothes, just simply change your sim on the spot. You can edit relationships with this. You can edit skills. You can change their hobby enthusiasm. You can change careers, just make unemployed, change job performance. So there's some extra things there that you cannot do with SimBlender. So vacation days, you know, so it just has some handy extra things. Miscellaneous. Here you could also change first name. You can change turn-ons and turn-offs. Change their influence, gender preference, selectable, make unselectable, make selectable. So just really, really handy. And change last name, resurrect a sim, change their jealousy, alter their reputation. There's really a lot you can do here. Creature, you can again, if you want to play as a witch or whatever, you could do that. Alter time of the, and also change the day of the week. So if you don't want to have a separate day setter, you could use this one. Make it AM, make it PM, change the time. So very nice. You could kill this sim. Okay, we'll say that it's for storytelling. So there's just so many different things. Health you can change. You could delete homework, puddles, weeds. Sometimes a puddle gets stuck and your sim can't reach it to clean it. This is very handy for that. So yeah, roaches, if you want to cheat, or if you're just really done with the roaches. You could work on their aspiration, change different aspirations. You could do something with the age, also grow up the baby. Add 3 days, subtract 3 days. This one just works in 3s and 5s, whereas I think the SimBlender has an added feature of 1 that you could choose. Choose age, life stage. Really, really handy in that aspect. Change the personality. Badges. So if you're telling a story and someone owns a business and you want to have them be really good at sales, you could change it here so you don't have to literally work them up or play with them. For your storytelling. Pregnancy, choose what, with who. Family, you could turn them into townies. You could put some up for adoption. Change the model. Restore family, then if some family members are missing, you can get them back that way. It's just, there's loads of things that you could do with this, and I just highly recommend it. You could change their zodiac sign, plan their clothes, alter the weather, alter family funds. So you could literally add and you could subtract, so just great. Great hacked object. Okay. I will see a car drive by. I fast forwarded and the ambulance drove by, but no, you didn't see that. Okay, what I'll do is I'll keep it on fast forward. There goes another one passing by. So it uses the cars that's already in the game. If you have custom cars, unfortunately, that's not going to drive by. But it just makes it a little bit more realistic, feeling like there's another one coming by. It makes your town feel a little bit more alive. So that's what's nice about this hydrant. And then the very last mod that I'm going to show you guys today is ACR. So ACR you get by clicking on your sim by having that sim selected. So here I would choose adjust. Okay, I have some other mods over here as well. We're just going to choose casual or romance. Now I've already got an adjuster here. Here we go. Here it is. And it can also come in different forms. I usually just choose the fig tree. And here you set up, you can show your Sims token stats. Okay, so here it shows basically what is her stats. If you click on her and you do it, it will show his stats. Okay. So you can quickly check if you've set it up for the person. And then autonomy, his is for instance on high, it is static. You can decide what you allow and what not. You can set it up so he will only do some autonomous romance interactions towards his spouse, or off, then he won't do any, so that's nice. And you just set it up per sim if you want to. Jealousy, he gets jealous when he's in love with someone and they're interacting with someone else. You can set it to dynamic, then it will be changing whenever. Sometimes he will not be jealous, sometimes he will be jealous only towards a married sim who's married to him. Other times he will just act like the Max's normal one with a crush. But I prefer to keep it, if it's a couple I want to keep together, I just say in love and I put it on static. The one sim, here it says current one is Meredith Solani. I keep it on dynamic because, I mean, let's say some passes away, then the other sim might want to marry someone else. But you can choose over here, or you can set it to none. Preferred dress, I keep it on casual and static, but you can decide, I mean, depending on how racy a game you want to play, you can change that. Pregnancy, so here you can change the odds of individual sims. You can also change the odds of the neighborhood in general. Mine is on 5% of 60%. That's kind of I keep it on 5%, but you could change that for your whole neighborhood if you want. Unmarried try for baby is allowed. You can turn it off so that it's not. And ideal family size. So why is his set to 10? I must be crazy. But anyway, you could change it over here to whatever you want to. Usually family sims, I give a bit of a higher amount. Knowledge sims lower, fortune sims lower. Romance sims, some of them I said they don't want any kids, and some of them I said as they want 500,000. The highest you can go is 12. Okay, so that's pregnancy. Then cheating, again you can decide, do you want it static or dynamic? You can allow all interactions. That's usually for romance sims who just flirt with whoever. You could set it like that. For a couple I want to keep together like this one, I will put it on static and I'll say cheating isn't allowed. So, that's and then you could copy your token to all Sims on lot, all Sims in hood, or just to one of the Sims specific on this lot. It's only available for teens and higher. Then your hood-wide settings, there's global switches that you can change. You can decide what you disable, what you're allowing in your global switches. Global defaults, these are just showing you what the defaults are. You could change that as well. And then global overrides like pregnancy odds. You can change jealousy. You can decide, this is more neighborhood wise, dress wise, you can decide. I like to set every household for themselves. So I always have ACR somewhere on the lot, but it can be a rose bush, it can be a fig tree, it doesn't always have to look the same. So yeah, I have to say ACR adds a lot to your game. Just set it up carefully so your Sims are not like rabbits and have millions of kids if you don't want them to. So just keep that in mind. Lot settings, you can also change your lot to like, this would be the least, this would be the most, and this would just be normal. Because your Sims will now autonomously become romantic or intimate with each other. And a bit of a pain sometimes is if you, let's say you're inviting people over, Sims over, and you're hosting a party or something, some of them may gravitate towards your bedroom. So that's a bit of a pain sometimes, but you can, if you make them selectable, obviously I do this through cheats and mods, then you can just control them and not let them, act like bunnies. But yeah, that's the only thing that sometimes you go like, ACR, is taking over. Gender preference, you can change over here as well if you want. And then here, under miscellaneous, pregnancy scanner will, if someone is pregnant, there will be a pop-up telling you about it. This will not tell you who the dad is if you don't want to know. It's one of those Sims. Here it will tell you the dad. This will basically terminate if there is a pregnancy, and you could reset your ACR's defaults. So that's pretty much what you can do with ACR. It also allows for, if you go into hood-wide settings, I think it's under, you could allow teens and adults to be able to date each other. Now this might seem controversial and a little bit off, but if someone's at the end of their teen stage, someone is a young adult or at the beginning of their adult stage, and you want to show that they have a huge age gap, but you want them to be able to date, then you could change that. So that's just adding a little bit of extra layer to your sim gameplay. I highly recommend these mods. There's a lot of other mods I play with, but these are just a few that I thought I would showcase for you guys today. As always, I hope you enjoyed this, and I wish you many happy simming hours. And please be blessed and have a beautiful day. Goodbye.